Okay, how about now? How about now? So I think I know what happened. All right, can you guys hear me now? All right, there it is. I know what happened. Okay. All right, I'm going to try the mic though. No, I think it's when you came over and moved the phone. It's not my phone. It's on the cover. Oh my gosh. Okay, guys, we're doing a final mic check right now. I have the mic on. Let me know that all things are good. Oh wait, you can tell me, and then we'll go.
What?
Well, I put the mic back in, so I want to make sure I'm good. Oh my gosh. Okay, guys. Final mic check right now. I have the mic on. Okay, we're good. All right. I'll tell you guys, we're not. Hold on, let me get the whistle. Okay, there we go. All right. Hey, everybody. Okay. All right. So, thank you guys for, and thank you for being patient. You can let all the impatient people know that we're back. All right. So last week, by the way, our big waffle flour order comes in tomorrow. So thank you guys for being so patient. The ones that I had to hold delivery on because we actually had to go to back order on several things. It seems like you guys are really excited. So last week I shared this project, which was off of the waffle flour postage stamp. Now I'm going to be coming back to this again and again and again, but I want to give you guys a fun introduction. And here is the one, a fun introduction to waffle flour. So if you remember, I did this one, and then we had said that maybe a blue and lavender one might be pretty. So I did go ahead and do that blue and lavender one, so you guys could take a look at that as well. I'm really looking forward to working with this. I already have, so many of you have this die in your stash. All right, I already am working on doing snowmen. I'm going to be turning these into all different kinds of shakers, but I'm going to put those little postage stamps so we can cut them apart. Let me show you. Here they are. I'm going to be putting them on these filled with snowflakes. And I'm going to also get that project. But even though I want to share that with you because I think it's exciting, I thought it might be nice if we went ahead and I shared another waffle flour fave, and that is the open book stamp, okay, or the open book collection. Okay, so one of the things that I really love about waffle flour with this collection is similar to the postage dies. They keep adding to it. So I am expecting to see more with the open book, but I'm going to share with you a little bit. Let me show you my little project share here. There you go. Isn't that cute? Now I have a lot of plans for these. I really like this. I paired this with one of our new birthday sentiments. You guys know I've been making these sentiments for several years now. This is the birthday pack. These are all birthday. The whole thing is birthday. I cut it and put it on there. And I just did a little bit. These do not need much. All right, now this is the open book floral stencil. All right, and this is the open book die. All right, so this is you get all of this with the die. So you're going to get the die. I'm going to show you how to use it. You get these, 2 of these. Let me show you what they do. I have one in here that I did both of them for you. Let me just show you my mad little collection. Here you go. So I did a fun coloring technique on these. Here we go. So you can also, these cut through, and if you ink them, it will make this darker. If you guys lightly ink these, you can make your text darker, and then you get this. And I think this is a really cool feature because you can take any of your stamps that you have, any stamps that you have that, you know, or stencils or whatever else, you can literally just create on these. And then you're going to then just, boom, adhere them to your page. So you would just make whatever you want. So it gives you a way to stamp off and do all kinds of things. This is so well thought out. But since I am sharing, and we're going to share some stencils now, I already have multiple of the open book products. Okay. And so I'm going to share the floral ones, but I'm also playing with another one. Let me grab that.
Move your hand slower.
Move my hand slower. Thank you.
Slow, because you were
You want me to be slow? What? What? Okay.
Yeah, perfect.
Okay, just kidding. All right, so here is one that I just started playing with, and I did multiple techniques on this. And I need to kind of get this to where I want it. So I feel like I'm going to do a sky like this, but I'm going to do the sky on both sides. This sky right here, I'm going to want that on both sides. I want to change my coloring a little bit and add some pink into their clothing. So this is what I call a demo. Like, this is me working with it. I'm just playing with it. But guess what? This card is good enough to send. Like, every card that I do, I'm going to send. All right. So I want to share with you this fun thing I did. If you are just getting into coloring with stencils, this is so much fun. All right. So what you're going to do is this is called a color. It's the same color. It's called a color on color combination. So I want to show you the combinations that I did. And I also want to show you the difference between my two, because I did two of each one. I want to show you the difference on these before we color tonight. And I want you guys to tell me what color you want me to do. So I'm going to share them, and then you guys can tell me what color you want me to go through tonight. All right. So here's one. And I did some detailing on them. I wanted you to see this. So here's one. And here is the one that I detailed. Now, you'll notice this one's beautiful and plain, and it's ready for me to work with. But this one, you're going to see it has the white gel pen has been added to it. It has a little stamp on it, but the white gel pen is everything. Now, this one's really light. That's why I wanted to show it first, that white gel pen. And now you're going to see it pick up a little bit more the darker you go. So that one is yellow. This one is a peach. This one's one of my favorites. This one it's like in between yellow and orange. So it's got a little mix. Okay, so there it is. And then look at it now. I added a thinking of you stamp on this one. See all the detail that is really picking up. And on this one here, which I didn't do to my other one, I even brought in some black Le Pen to trace out some of the lines and give it a little bit too. So you can do that. So that one's a peach one. Don't pick this one. Don't pick this one. This one. Don't pick this one. This one was, I tried a 3-color technique on when I first was doing it, and I decided I didn't like that. But I thought it was only fair to show it to you because I am going to use it. Okay, this one's red. Here's the regular. And then now you can really see how having the added little details, which is something that I want to share, really brings it to life. Okay, orange. I'll show that one so fast so they don't pick that one. Okay, this one here is our pink. So here it is. So this is the pink family. That's the pink. And all of them are going to look good no matter what we do. Purple. This one is purple. Look at the details that brings out. I found a thank you so much stamp right in my stash. This one's the blue. All right, and if you guys have a preference on which one of these I show with this technique tonight, I want you to let me know. The other thing I wanted to share is for those of you who are going into the postage collage is there are so many recipes available. I have been using them. I have been teaching myself all kinds of color blending and techniques off of their recipes and then changing their colors and doing even more. So for you guys, if you're interested in any of these materials, please let me know. I will just send you right to them. I'll put them in. They are amazing. All right. One thing I did was as I was doing all of my coloring, all my colors, is I noted what my colors were. And I think it's real important to keep track of your colors. George, do we have a suggestion?
Yeah, we have one.
We have one? Okay, what do we got?
Orange.
That's not even funny. I don't want to do the orange one. I'm not doing the orange. I better get another vote. Okay, so now we're going to go into what we need for this. And I have done some work ahead of time, and somebody better pick another color. All right.
Where do you get the recipes?
The recipes from Waffle Flour. And if you could tell me who asked when you asked questions.
Kim.
Kim, I get them from Waffle Flour. All right, so there you go. Okay, so if anyone has a suggestion on this, I'm going to share the open book.
Now we got a yellow, we got a purple.
Thank goodness. Thank goodness. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
So we have one for colors now.
Okay, great.
Purples. We got two
Well,
purples.
you count those. Okay, so what I want to share with you is some other ideas other than making cards. Embellishments for your scrapbook. So many of you do book club. Boom, there it is. We have a whole group of people that are going and meeting authors. Boom, there it is. For those of you who like to do religious things, you can literally print Bible verses on these little things like this and put your favorite Bible verses on there and send those to people. You can stamp them with any stamp out of your stash. Look, this grace and peace, that's what's on this one here. See that? And how many of you got these? So many. This is obviously going to be a Christmas card that I make as soon as I'm done. I'll be sharing the color combo. These fit on there. Like I had so many. 4 of these fit on there. And if you're willing to do stamp surgery, even more. You're in my prayers with love. Look at this one here. This one is so nice, but to my dear friend. There you go. My heart goes out to you. So just go into your stamps. You don't always need like every single thing to be new. I hope that makes sense. I'm going to share these techniques with you. One thing I would love is I would love for you to share ideas. If you think of ideas to put books on, I want them shared in the post. So you guys share away. All right. Share away, share away. Okay. Are we ready?
Well, we have a tie going on.
We have a tie going. Well, I'm getting started. So there we go. I'm going to pull down everything. All right, so I'm going to grab a couple of supplies and we're going to go ahead and put this card together. So this is called the Open Book Collection, and there's multiple available. And you know, this one, the reason why I thought it was best to start with the flower for myself as well. Like I have the poinsettia, I have the nativity, I have this one, but for me, if I'm going to share one with you guys, I want to share one that I think is going to give you some longevity right now. And because you can make the flowers any color and you can change the sentiment, these are get well, birthday, sympathy. They can be anything like that. And I want you to get the value out of them. Okay, so for the die, soon as you get it, you're going to want to cut yourself a bunch to start playing with. I decided I would do a bunch of books in different browns. All of these were my scraps, and I cut a bunch of the whites out. All right, that's what we're working with. What do we got? What's my color combo?
You got purple or yellow?
They're tied.
Uh-huh.
Wow, I needed that drink. Okay, I'm gonna
go to purple.
Okay, the purple, the yellow, I'm gonna tell you guys, the next time you see this card, after you do this technique, you're supposed to pick your three favorites and you mix them together. And these are actually my 3 favorites. So when I do this card on my next time that I'm doing my colors, I'll be making them with the blue, the purple, and the yellow. So I'll have different colored flowers in this color family. Isn't that going to be pretty? Okay, so we have yellow or purple. I'm going to start pulling my greens and whatnots. All right. So no one is going to break that for me. I'm going to have to do it by myself.
Yeah. Purple or yellow?
I'm going to have to do it by myself. All right, so I'm grabbing some colors, and I'm just going to bring my colors in. So my 2 greens are going to be peeled paint and rustic wilderness. So 2 colors of green. And then I have my little list of the colors that I mixed together, the ones that I liked. And it looks like I am going to be making a purple card tonight. So we're going to go,
Purple.
okay, shaded lilac and wilted violet. So I'm going to also be using these. And then for the inside of my flower, do you see that inside? Black. You can use black. You can go dark to like villainous potion if you wanted to keep it, but I only wanted to use 2 colors, so I'm going to be using black soot for the inside of my flower. At least I think that's black. That could have been walnut stain, but let's go with black. All right, so what you do is you're going to cut your book out. That's the full die. All right, you're going to cut it out once for the white part, and then you're going to cut it out once for, I think I'm going to use this light one, once for the white part and then once for the frame. And I'm going to share with you how to bring those together. All right, we're going to grab, somewhere I have this stencil. Let's see. Nope, that's the point. They're like, oh, it's right here. I already took it out. All right. So this stencil, similar to the one we used last week, has 2 sheets. However, postage die takes up a whole sheet when you put it down. So this, even though there's only 2 sheets, are 4 layers. So this is 4 layers of stencil. We're getting much more detailed than we did with the postage. And one of the things you're going to notice is, and now they're marked even more. They mark them even more, but you're going to notice that when you see them, all your stencils will be marked. And even inside, like this says the background, light. It'll tell you, like, keep this one your light color. And then if you look at this one says leaves. And then this one here says your medium color. They really do help you, like, do everything. Okay, and now they'll even put the order of the stencils are on there. So they're constantly growing. We're going to start with the background. And I did forget to pull my background color. And I'm just lining up my stencil. There you go, grip mat. If you don't know about the grip mat. Now remember, if you order a grip mat, it's going to be in black. And I understand why they've switched to black. I'm going to grab tumbled glass for my background. I think it's just like the most common blue. Like it is the lightest blue to blend with. Okay, so we're going to do that. And I'm just going to do some tumbled glass. And I'm going to grab my blending brush for that. My big one. And since we are doing purple, I'll grab my purple brush too. I only have 1 blending brush for each family. I'm okay with mine, my colors mixing. So that works out really well for me. Remember, tumbled glass, if you were in last week, is very, very light, but it can sneak up on you. So I just rubbed off a little, but tumbled glass, you can go straight to paper as well. And I like to go in every direction. I like to go clockwise, counterclockwise, up and down, all the things. And what I'm going to do now is, it's darker than you think. I'm going to go around my edges and just to add a little contour color so that everything isn't all just the same color of blue. Okay, there we go. I think that's going to work perfectly, and we're off. Look at that. Now this is going to dry. I'm using Distress Oxides. They take a little bit to dry, and then when they do dry, they just blend together and cure into the paper so beautifully. I'm lining up my first stencil. Oh, sorry guys. And it even says light right here. One of the reasons that we're doing this one light is it goes underneath, and we may stencil on top with another color. But right down, oh, see, I got a bubble on the grip mat. You just pull it off. Okay, put this over. And now we're going to do our flowers. Our flowers are going to be in purple. This is our light shade. So I'm going to be doing the lilac. And I just used this with some very dark purples. So I'm going to run it on my piece of paper that's right next to me. I'm just taking it, getting a little bit of my new color on it, which makes it wet. It'll activate the ink that's on it. And I can actually clean my blush and blend my brush and blend my new color in with that a little bit better. And I'm okay that I don't have true colors. Now, if you don't like that idea, like if you don't like the idea that your colors will not be true to what they are, that's a little darker than I wanted. You can see here, it's going to dry a little bit. If you want all your colors to be 100% true, you need a brush for every color, or you're going to need to clean your brushes. And I don't recommend frequent cleaning of brushes with Distress Oxide inks. You can't clean them with regular water. So there's a whole cleaning process for your brushes with those. That's why I think so many people just use their brushes as is.
Linda Buck says that grip mat is awesome.
This grip mat is a game changer, and I do not use that word very often. The grip mat for me, 100% game changer. It is one of the best things that I've bought for stenciling. I save so much time, and I have to say, it's just more enjoyable. The process is just so much more enjoyable. Okay, off. And I shared this with you, but I prepared a little mobile one. This is how I clean my stencils. All right. Now I have to be careful not to spray this because it's oxide. I put one cleaning rag down. I bring them over. I don't spray that carefully because, you know, I don't have my stuff. And then I take a second cleaning rag and I go over the top. Now, these are just old towels and I just bleach all of my stuff. My favorite ones are old jogging pants or sweatshirts that have been washed 80 million times. But I do go through a lot of rags now, a lot of the cleaning rags, because I am stenciling more often. All right. So that's my whole thing. Now, if you're using mediums with your stencil, pastes, stickles, any type of pearls, or oh my goodness, maybe you're using some of the Nouveau's crystals or anything like that, you need to get those into soapy water to soak right away. All right, we're going to now do the Wilted Violet. I'm using my same brush, okay? All right, I'm going to bring this one in, and it says right here, the medium. Now, I'm going to line it up using the little thing right there. It literally shows me on my book where it's going to go. And then I like to look through and just make sure it seems like there's almost always something I can double check to make sure that I've lined it up well. And then there we go. It's stuck. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to hit my brush and make a little circle out of it, just like this. So a little bit of ink, circle, circle, circle. I work it into the brush, and now it's good to go. That's all I'm doing, okay? Don't be afraid of color. Play with it, but get used to writing your color combinations down that you come across that you like, especially if you have a lot of colors. Like even if you did if you're going to be using the Close to My Heart inks, I have 70 of those. Yeah, right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I have. After I destashed, I still have 70 of those. That's a lot of colors to be working on color combinations. With this one, I mean, I could see you blending things if you're looking at those and, you know, doing, oh my gosh, even sugar plum with this would be so good. But I could see you guys just blending those, no different than I'm blending these, whatever colors you like. Okay, off we go. So pretty. All right, now we're going to put our last one on. And for this one, I'm going to show you guys something. This is probably why the color is what it is. So the center of the flowers are in this one, as well as the leaves. And you know what I'm going to say. Since I'm coloring the center of my flowers in black, if I get another color on them, is what it is. All right. My light one is at the bottom. My dark one is at the top. So I have my detail brush. It's my detail brush. And that's my detail brush. This is for my regular greens. Oh, I think that's nope, that's my regular greens. Okay. Now I'm going to go into the dark one first, and I'm making that circle again, just to get my color on my brush. And now what I want to do is, if you look at it here, see how it's darker and then it like fades out and it has that color. This is very, like, pay really close attention because it's very hard to do. You just go like this, like that. That's it. A little bit on this one. And you're like, oh, okay, whoosh, whoosh, whoosh here. This is the darker. I'm going close to the flower. That's all I'm doing. See how hard it is? And that's the difference with coloring. And one thing I've noticed is I can do this in the middle of the night when I am completely exhausted and they will turn out. I mean, I might have picked bad colors, but the actual product when I'm done is got, some of these were done in the middle of the night, literally when I couldn't sleep. They're going to turn out. Whereas if I'm coloring, I can't really focus my eyes as much when I'm tired. I don't know if you guys have that issue, but I definitely have that issue. Okay, so I put the darker one in, and now I'm going to switch, but I'm going to use my same brush. So I'm just doing the same thing. I've did a little circle, and now I've worked in the peeled paint, the lighter color. I feel like I switched. These are waffle flower. These are waffle flower. They should be available on the site if you're looking for them. Now, I do have a couple in here. I have some more on order because I ordered some white ones. These two are not waffle flower. These flatter ones that are fat and flat, those are not waffle flower. All the colored ones, take them out because I needed a black. All these are a set, and I use one for each family. So this is my light greens. This is my dark green. And then I have yellows, oranges, reds, pinks, purples, blues, browns. You get a white one, and my white one, I don't want to keep for white, but I am. So I ordered a couple more white ones into Mark because I needed one for black and one for gray. Now, I might just use that white one there for gray because I don't even have picket fence, which is the white one. I do have close to my heart pigment white in case I need it, but I don't even think I'm going to be using a white. I could be wrong though. And so that's why. But I did finally replace my brushes, and I use these more than anything else for doing these stencils. I would also say, I'll let you know how long they last me. I'm very heavy-handed, and all their stuff has been holding up great. All right, I'm just going over it to blend the colors together. That's it. We're done. Oh, it's so hard, but guess what? I forgot to do the inside of my flowers. All right, we're going back. This is what happens. Look, it's like, oh no, the entire thing is messed up, right? Because you peeled it off. You guys know I do it all the time. Boom, boom, done. It's back on. Let's grab the black for this. We're going to do black. And I'm grabbing one of these fatter flat brushes. And I got black. I have a bubble. If you ever get a bubble or you get lift like that when you're putting your stencil on, just lift it and kind of walk it out. Okay, there you go. All right, so this is just color on color, and what you could do is blend all your colors and see what you like. But the nice thing is when you come up with a color that you really like and that combo, remember, you don't have to clean your stencil in between. You just keep putting your stencil up and down, up and down, up and down, as long as you're not using a medium. So if you end up using glitter or something, you have to clean them. Ta-da! Could we just talk about how fantastic this is? Easy, breezy, and fun. All right, I want to see if anybody has any questions before I go on to turn this into a card. I'm just going to spritz my stencil, just like I shared with you, and wipe it off. All right, how fast was that, guys? Right? Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this one aside just because I want to let it sit and I want to let it dry, but I want to keep crafting. So it's okay because I have one for us to use tonight. All right. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in the one that I created before. And you can see this one's a little bit lighter than this because my brush had that darker color on it. And I'm okay when that happens. It's still color on color. This is going to lighten up when it dries. Distress oxides, they get a little lighter when they dry. All right, so now we're going to talk about fine details. Now, if you guys have any questions about this, let me know. All right, I'm wondering if I should move the camera down for this. All right, we're going to try to do a camera adjustment midway. I don't know, but I am definitely not willing to touch anything. Okay, here we go. So let's see. Hopefully that's a little bit closer. I'm using a white gel pen. And we're going to talk about details.
How long does it take for distress oxides to dry?
I don't know. I always leave them overnight. I mean, they don't. Janine, they don't. I mean, I don't think they take a long time, but normally I leave them because I rarely am making something from start to finish. It's just not my norm craft style. I hope that makes sense. Okay, so what we're going to want to do here is add a bunch of details. Am I close enough, George?
Kim says better. thank you. So I guess you were, they can't see your details when you're up that high.
Yeah, so maybe I'll start doing lower for the whole
I
thing.
don't know if you can just zoom the camera.
I don't know, but don't ask me again. You already said it once, and I'm not doing it. I get your MO. I'm not. There's no. That's a no. Oh, do you guys know what'll happen? All right, so here we go. So now I'm going to take the white gel pen, and I'm just going to kind of follow the petal. Did you see that? I'm just following a petal, just like that. There's a natural curve right there. White gel pen. That's all I'm using is a white gel pen. Now, I don't know what kind of white gel pen you have, but if you like it, use it. If you don't like it, stop using it. There's my advice. Okay, so now I'm going to put a couple of dots on this as well, because what I find is the combination for me between the lines and the dots are my favorite. So you'll notice I'm going to use them a lot. All right, so I'm following the leaf here and here. And then I'm going to, that natural curve that I'm just picking up, and I'm going to keep my white gel pen on the dark parts only. So on the dark color only. I'm not going to do anything on the light. 3 little dots right here. It's just something that I like. Adding these little details are also going to define things, and it's going to make it look super cute. There we go. And if anybody has any questions about the gel pens or how I choose my angles or anything, let me know. All right there. And then I'm going to go up here. It's so nice to create with you guys in my natural space again. Okay, these 3 here, I'm just doing kind of almost straight lines. Now I'm going to want my leaves to come across. This leaf comes across. So to follow that line, I brought the line all the way over. All right. And I will show you the one again that I added black to. All right, let's go ahead and do this. There we go. This one up here.
What kind of gel pen are you using?
I'm using a Geth pen. They're my favorite.
What?
Geth. Geth. Okay. Geth pen. They're my favorite white gel pens.
Patty White finally made it. She says she forgot to put Sunday Live back on her calendar.
We are back! Yeah, I am using a Geth pen. I do have jelly roll pens, and I know people love those. This is these are my white pens. I think that they are amazing. I get it every time. Have you noticed that I'm not, I never am having a problem with it not coming out. I don't have to struggle with it. It comes out every single time.
Jim's never heard of that brand.
Yeah, I went through a bunch of white gel pens. I did a bunch of research, and then I found this gel pen. I can share. We're out of them every single time I get them in, they're gone. So I know we're out of them. But I will share with you them. Okay, guys, here it is. Look at the details. So this is what happens. And I'm just going to show you the other one. Here's this one. See the missing details. And then here is this one. All the details, right? We like the details. Am I right? Okay. So
Why do you mark the dark spots?
Because the white gel pen shows up better when you mark on dark. So even though this is the dark, you can barely see that white gel pen on there. But when you do it on dark, you see it more. And I'm also accentuating the center of the flower instead of the edging.
That was from Sharon.
Yeah, absolutely, Sharon. I just like the way it looks better on the dark so much more. Okay, so for this one here, what I thought I would do is share with you guys how I use the sentiment. And I pulled the sentiment, and here we go. So these are just, this is our birthday one now. So I've been doing these sentiments for a really, really long time. And I don't, you guys have been with me for years. But this one is all birthdays. This entire one, I don't even know how many's in here. Over 100. Over 100 are in the little bag. So I just pulled out belated birthday wishes. I just thought this one's cute. It would allow me to show you how I cut them and all good things. Okay, for this one here, I'm going to use just a green. And I have this all set up. And I'm not going to use this one because I want to show you what I do. But I literally like to preset my backgrounds up when I am doing them. Like if I'm going to do a batch of them, I will assembly line. But we're going to go ahead and cut our piece and do all good things. All right, so let's go ahead. All right, and I'm going to bring in this one. So here's kind of what I'm doing. I'm doing a version of this. All right. And I'm just going to cut my paper. And I'm choosing this green background that has the leaves again. Even though I'm changing the color, going to choose this green background. And these are just some scraps that I have. And it's so good to be able to use your scraps. And I love that. All right. I feel like this is 5.5 when I go right there, but let's just double check because you guys know I'm checking to see if I like this new cutter. It is. That's 5.5. So we're going to cut this at 5.5 and 4.25. Okay. Right, I'm going to do a regular A2 card base, just one of our regular card bases. I think I used them all. Oh no, it's up here. Ha ha ha. All right, here we go. But first, I want to prep my my book, and I want to show you how this piece comes to life. But I'm going to want to add, now I did some of these, this is a mini dot paper that I had scraps out of, and I'm dying to see how the ink picks up on the dots. I'm going to use Vintage Photo. It's one of my favorite browns. I use it all the time. It's one of my favorites. Okay. And this is just going to add a little shading. You don't have to shade them all. I did not shade the darker ones. A little darker here in the corner. Oops. Because I'm heavy-handed, guys. And I'm not looking to color the entire thing, but for those of you who are not interested in having a lot of different papers, you can just buy white paper and color everything with your ink. You literally would just color the entire part that you need with some ink. Okay, I'm liking the way this looks. There we go. I think it just blends. It blends out better having, you know, since this is inked, having this inked, it just blends out a little bit better. All right, there we go. And now I'm going to bring in my pieces. All right, and here's our purple one that we're working with, but I do want to show you how we get there. So it's super easy to go from this to that. They have made this super easy. All you're going to do is cut the little thing from here to here, and then cut the one on this side. And we're going to go from here to here, and we're going to go from here to here. That's it. That's it. You're done. That's how you do the 2 pages. Isn't that awesome? Super easy. Okay, let me go ahead and put this down. Now, I'm curious, what does the book remind you of? Now that we're working with it and we're playing with it, what kind of ideas do you think you would have with it? I just feel like you could do so much with it because words are in a book. And so for me, I just feel like it opens you up to so many possibilities. All right, I'm going to go ahead and just put the 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 down. All right, our book right here. So you can see why I had to do so many, because it's so much fun to color them. Okay, for this, I don't like my book to get too stiff. I noticed when I put glue, look, I just cut right through. That's how you know that's a good die. Yeah, it cut straight through my paper and the sticker on the back. All right, hold on. Nope, it wants to stay on there. All right, so I like to do the book part with a light adhesive, and then I do the binding page portion, or the cover and the binding portion down here with liquid glue. Okay, I'm just going to put it on a little bit of a turn. And for this one over here, I used a darker, this one here, I used a darker piece, so I didn't ink it. This one here will have the ink look to it. There we go. All right, for our pages, we want to get that nice curve. See how they're curved like that? As if like a book that would be open. So I'm going to grab some foam tape. Foam tape is going to be our friend here. Okay. And we're going to just take our, oh, do we want to put the words on it? Let's go ahead and put the words on it too. All right. All you're going to do, I have a magnetic pad, so I don't have to tape mine down. I have a magnetic platform. So you just want to line this up, put a little piece of tape on it, and just make sure it's not upside down, okay? I'm just going to go ahead and run that through my die cut machine. It's a little close to me? Oh, okay, thanks. I appreciate it. Just let me know if... Oh, this one. Oh, thank you. Okay, I appreciate you. All right, so we're going to go ahead and peel this one off. Look at that. It's the detail. So when we talk about everything being in the details, this is what we're talking about. So there goes our detail. And now what I'm going to do is, I like to use my bone folder very softly. I don't try to force it. It's nice and light. And I use a few. This one here, I definitely don't want to force it. I don't want to rip it. So just breaking the paper, more focused on the edging, kind of breaking the paper fibers just a little bit. And my weight that I prefer to do this with is 100. I've actually spent a lot of time trying to find the perfect paper, and I finally found the perfect white paper. All right, fold it in half. It does it for you. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take foam tape, and I'm going to put it on the back of this one. And then I'm going to take foam tape, and I'm going to put it on the back of this one. And this is what's going to help us get that curve. Liquid glue. There we go. And you're going to line it up right here at the end. There's this little dot, a dotted line. You're just going to line it up with that dotted line, and it will be perfect every time. I'm going to hold this and let my glue set. I slid. There we go. I don't want to slide any lower because we want it to sit up just a little bit higher. There we go. And now the other thing is you get this little quill, thin cut, and it is so cute. So I want to do a quill on this one here. I did this brown color, which was kind of close to, you know, whatever, and then I inked it to kind of match it, and then I colored the tip. So that's what we're going to do real quick. I'm just going to grab my brown, and we're going to just do this really quickly. Slide that over. Let that sit for a minute. There we go. I'm going to just use a little bit of this vintage photo with this. And I'm going to ink up this. I think I used a darker one actually, but we'll see if we can get good color with this. Because I remember having walnut stain out. Yeah, let's go a little darker. Because I'm using acorn. Oh no, it's picking up. I'm using leftover acorn paper. Okay, so see, I've added a little bit of ink to that now. It's light, but it's there. I'm going to want darker. I know it. What's this? Oh, this is scorched timber. That one's way too dark. Let's not do that one. Let's do this walnut stain right here. So like espresso, going up to espresso for you if you're using it. If you guys want me to stop, like if you don't need me to refer to colors that you may have, then just let me know and I'll stop referring to colors. Okay, there we go.
Just let them guess.
That's kind of oh, I clean this the exact way that I told you last week. I take it to my sink and I just rub it in the sink. I clean it, maybe a drop of dish soap, but usually not. I don't even need it. And then I just let it air dry and it's just sticky, sticky, sticky all day. Okay, so now while this is drying, I have this belated birthday wishes because sometimes we do forget. And I'm going to trim a little bit, in case you want to use these, a little bit off of the edges, because when I cut down the middle, I lose about half that spacing. And then we're just going to go here and here. Okay, super cute. Right now, if you're a stickler for wanting these to stay down, I want to show you. So see here, they're up. They're just going to stay down for mailing. But on the nativity card that I made one of each so I could look at it. Now I'll glue this one down. You know, I'm not going to leave them both, but I actually glued one side down and left one side like up and puffy without curving it as much, just to see which one I liked better. I like my pages loose. If somebody wants to look and go, what's back there? Knock yourself out. Okay, so I have the belated, sorry guys, I have the belated birthday wishes for this one. And when I glued this down, this is the middle. I only put a little bit of glue right here so that they kind of stuck off of the page. Just like that. I kind of wanted it to have that look where you know it was added. All right.
Kim she really appreciates your advice on colors.
Oh, good. Thank you. I do try to share what I can. All right. There we go. And you can see I've kind of put these slightly on an angle, and then the wishes. Like I said, once again, just a little bit. We already have foam tape behind that page, so we don't need it. But this just gives so much. So, and don't be afraid to cover up your stuff. Don't try to move it because you don't want it to go on top of a flower. That's really what makes all of this come together and look so beautiful. Okay, for the end part, I'm not going to put this on my grip mat. You guys are going to crack up. Like, I would literally use this because I'm covering it up on a card, but I'm not going to be that barbarian with y'all. All right, I'm going to pick this up off of the floor, George. Shh. Okay, I picked this up off my floor. Yeah, I have some big things down there. Okay, so what I did was I grabbed an old shimmer brush, this black shimmer brush, and then I just did the whole tip like it had been dipped in ink. All right, there we go. And then I didn't want to leave this without any detail. So if you look here at that feather, you'll see I went ahead and I put some white gel on that as well. So I'm going to kind of go up the feather like that. And then I want to just kind of come in and add a little bit of some white flecks. The white gel pen is kind of addictive. Somebody had asked me last week about splattering. And I said, oh, I do splatter, but I don't splatter all the time. And that's kind of what I try to do. To work on different techniques, I try to do something again and again and again. But I also try to make it so that I won't do something. Like if you've been with me for a while, you know my scrapbooking, I'm all about drawing 1/4 inch lines for my journaling. I'm like, I can't do that for the next 4 or 5 months to move away from it. I can't do doodle lines. Like I really try to try new things. Okay, so for this, look how cute that is now. Let me show you one next to each other. These little things really change it. Look at the difference. And it took us seconds to do that. All right, there you go. I did also do some in white to play with as well. So we'll see how those turn out. I see some gray inking in my future. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add the little pen. I have that foam tape behind, so I'm not going to worry about that. And I like to use, if I'm not going to get good coverage with adhesive, I do like to use the liquid glue. I'm going to go ahead and put it down. I'm just going to let that sit. I'm going to turn it a little bit. It is a little too low. I want it to hang over. There we go. Look at our little pen. All right, so now we have that. Now we need a little bit of bling. Here I matched that softer tone. So let's see what I can do with matching a softer tone on the purple. I'm going to go to, see if I have anything. Sometimes that's what takes me the longest, is picking my bling. Let's see what else I got. You guys know I'm not going to have a lot of purple bling unless it got thrown into a pack that I had, because I don't even gravitate towards purple. I'm working on it, guys. I'm working with purple. Look at me. Okay. I don't have purple. And I'm talking, I want to show you guys I don't have a purple that matches that. Now, I didn't pull everything out. Hold on, let's just see what else I have in here. I'm looking for purple. Okay, and when I say I looked through, I mean, I'm talking like, I'm over here just like flipping through. Now, this is my purple. I feel like that is not a great match. So, if I'm not going to be able to match it, I just want to go in a completely different direction. I don't want cream. I'm looking. So I'm not going to try to do a purple.
So
yeah, babe.
Lena Carmen in the comments, she could hear you. But that was when you were whispering and you took it off before.
Oh, that's right. I did, because I am mic'd. And yeah. So I'm thinking, I don't think I want white. Right? It's like, what color do I want? I'm looking for just my regular. Let's try this. I want to see. I can already see 3 things that I would do differently on the next one. I'm going to go with, I think, some silver glitter gems that I have here. I can already see 3 things I would do on the next one. And I love that. I love doing a project that inspires me to change it again and again. But I would love to know what you guys think of this. Okay, so I have, it looks like I only have one size. Let me double check and see if I have any small anywhere. I do. I have a couple of small. And I have this really weird color. I don't know what these are. Did I? No, I can't. I can't, because I don't have purple. Now I'm going to buy. I'm going to do all the purple bling now. Okay, hold on. Is this one? All right, we're going to take this and I'm going to put this right here. We're going to do glitter gems and see if we like them. Yeah, I love doing a new project and then already saying, and I want to try this. Okay, wait. All right, I want to try this. That's kind of like working with the snowman last week. As I'm sitting here working with it and I'm trying something, I'm seeing new color combinations come into my head. I'm seeing new projects. I'm seeing a shaker card in my future. You know, I'm seeing those things. Look how cute that is. Isn't that adorable? Now, I have to tell you, there's a bookmark thing that we could do as well. They make one, but I did want to share and show a little bit in case you wanted to make a bookmark in here. I saw this and I thought it was really cute. You can just take, I would do thicker than this. You can just take, oh, this one's weird. You can just take a ribbon. Let me show you a thicker one, because I want it to look like, but I don't want it to be this purple one. Okay, so you wouldn't use this either. But what you can do is you can just wrap a little bit of ribbon right around the back and then kind of cut it right here, maybe like a little organza ribbon, and it will look like a bookmarker. Isn't that a cute idea? Okay, guys, so much fun, and not stressful at all. Look at that. I'm really looking forward to seeing all of my creations come to life. As I finish these, I'll make sure I do a nice big group shot of all of them. And I want to show you how the one we did has actually dried. This is how it has dried. And this one is a little bit lighter because I have that blend in there. But this could be still a little bit wet. I don't know. But it's definitely, you can see it's drying lighter, like I said. Okay, does anybody have any questions about this? I'm really hoping you guys shared some comments about ideas on what you can do to celebrate books in your life and how you can bring those into your crafting. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I think there's so much you could do. Could you imagine for like book club? If you guys are, like maybe you get to pick the book and you have to announce it, you make these and you put the name of the book on it and you give everybody one with like a little note about book club. Maybe it has all the details inside and it has like the days that you're meeting, or like, chapters 1 through 5, chapters, whatever, however you guys do it. But I think this would be the cutest thing for that as well. Or maybe if you do book club and someone wins a prize, you could do that. Or, I feel like there's so many things you could do with it, but also just to record your favorite books, or if you're giving a book as a gift, ta-da, like that would be super cute. The matching card. I think all of those are such good ideas. All right, does anybody have any questions? And I know we have a delay, so while we give the opportunity for questions, I'm going to give you a closer look at the projects. And then this was the pink one. I think they're super cute. And I do want to let you know that we have shipments that are coming in for our inventory this week and next week. Our shipments are coming in back to back. So you will see a lot more products populate on the site. I'm looking forward to sharing those with you. And I hope you guys will join for our one sketch 3 ways, because that's going to be happening tonight. All right, bringing up the camera. I did want to give a little mention for, if you guys have not, for those of you who are scrapbookers, if you have not checked out the amazing top shelf Midnight Garden, it is available. Go to the website, look at those 6 gorgeous pages. I hope you guys will join us. We have a few kits left. I think we have 5 or 6 kits left. So yeah, hopefully you guys will join us for that. Those details on those are amazing. All right, babe, how are we?
I guess we're good. No comments.
Guys, thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate it.
Love, huh? Lots of hearts.
Lots of hearts. We love the hearts. We're easy, right? We're super easy. All right, I will finish these cards. I'm going to do them with some different backgrounds, and I'll make sure that I post a picture of all of them. Thank you guys for joining us for Sunday Live. I love sharing this time with you. I'm so happy that I'm back. Now, next week, I will not be doing a waffle flower project. I wanted to show you these 2, but I may be on with another one. I know it's a brand new product for so many of us, so I'm going to try to share as much as I can with it. But I have a fun project for next week that I'm looking forward to share with you guys. All right, you guys, take care and have a wonderful week. Thanks for joining us. Bye-bye.